In body language terms, there appears to be a secret signal in this video that Diddy uses that to me suggests that he's feeling pain, but if we look at the moments when this micro signal occurs, it seems to be when he's talking about his own pain rather than anything to do with his ex. So we tend to get it when he talks about his darkest times. This secret signal seems to imply that he's mainly concerned with his own feelings and his own pain during this video. This video would not really constitute what I would refer to as a proper apology. For an apology to be authentic, it should be made direct to any victim. And it should be specific, as in exactly what the person making it is apologising for and why they're apologising. It should also not really be prompted by being found out. Otherwise, the implication is that not I'm sorry for what I did, but I'm sorry that I got found out. Diddy's performance here seems to be aimed at gaining sympathy and empathy from the viewer. He presents more as a victim. His shoulders are hunched, his jaw seems quite slack, his speech is full of pauses as he speaks, and there are those facial winces to imply that this is my pain that I'm going through here. His phrase, "I hit rock bottom," comes with a shake of the head and a very low vocal tone, again making it sound as though he's sharing his story of suffering with us. He also says that it's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. And again, the difficulty is his. He is the one that is feeling the pain through having to have those dug up. He also uses some very interesting words here. He tries to share his behaviour in what sounds like a bid to almost normalise it. He uses the shared word you rather than I. So the darkest times in your life is a generalising term. You would know how I feel. We all have darkest times in our lives. And sometimes you got to do that. Again, this implication is that he's almost trying to get us to agree that, yeah, you know, we've all done a few bad things. And that sounds like a rather large assumption. There are only really two names mentioned in this video, or two big star appearances, and that's Diddy and God, but not Diddy's ex. This is all about his experiences and his suffering. He even says, I had to go into therapy. I had to go into rehab. And he bites at his words and looks upwards when he mentions speaking to God. I think a genuine apology would be one that you're going to make directly, not to fans, maybe not even on social media, but to the person that you should be apologising to. Even with the "I'm so sorry," that comes after a pause and a shaking of the head to add emphasis. But who is he apologising to? We don't find out during this video. So is it genuine or not is almost irrelevant because we really don't find out who it's aimed at. I think there's a glossing over, a not mentioning the name of the victim, not even specifically mentioning what he did. It's my behaviour in this video. So he's kind of skirting around the issue. It's almost as though perhaps he doesn't want to recognise it really himself. He doesn't want to be specific enough about either her or what he calls my behaviour in this video. I think when you prop up a camera in your own home and you know that you're going to make that recording, I think in a way there almost has to be a degree of acting because it's not done at the time. You know, if I knock into somebody at the supermarket and I turn around and go, oh, I'm really sorry, that would be an authentic body language performance. If I took a very, very, very long time afterwards and set up a camera and then thought about it, and anything that I did then in the way of body language wouldn't really be authentic because it's not done at the moment and at the time, and it's not done to the person either. So we're clearly seeing signals of regret from him, but he's had a lot of time to think about how he was going to do it, what he was going to do, possibly even what he was going to wear. And in a way, that lack of any spontaneity means that by definition, it will be a form of performance. This is almost like the t-shirt of humility that he's wearing in a way. It's perhaps not what we would normally see Diddy wearing. It's a kind of beigey colour, it's a nondescript, it's very baggy on the neckline, and it would be the perfect choice for a video like this where you want to look humble and apologetic rather than perhaps in your normal more confident mode that people would see you as a performer. I think when somebody performs a facial wince and a frown, you have to attach it to the words. It can look like anger, but I think during the moments that he was saying it, it tended to be more about his own feelings of pain, whether that then translates into anger. But I would see this more as a pain wince than an anger wince.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that would endorse that, if he were angry, he would have a much tenser jawline. When we get angry, one of the big symptoms of anger will be the muscles around the jaw will tense, and it's quite hard to get your words out. But his jaw was very slack, so it was more a self-pity than an anger emotion. Tended to be what we were seeing there.